First off, I give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, El Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem, Wadi Al Ba'ashem, El Shai, come to the clear to the spirit, Wadi Al Ba'ashem, El Shai, give us the truth of one. Double honor to our apostle, elder, that great millstone, that faith and blessings so select. We're going to do a quick video on, another thing about, that's a lesson about this captivity, because this whole captivity was a learning lesson from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai, to his children, which are the Israelites. And that learning lesson is a lesson in good and evil. This all had to happen. Adam couldn't stay 100% good. He couldn't stay that way. He had to go through the process of doing evil before the sight of the Heavenly Father. It had to happen. Why? So when we're set up in power, once again, as the sons of God, we will know good and evil. Because we know both sides, man. We know the good and we know the evil. Son, the apostle, the bar always brings about one of the elders, I believe it was Jack Clark, I'm not sure which one, but he apostle Paul mentioned how he always speaks about how this was a learning lesson in good and evil from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai. But I'm going to get this real quick. This Romans 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of the present times are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. So this planet is waiting for the sons of God to come back in power. They're waiting for that. This whole planet, the beasts, the animals, the Heavenly Father himself wants us to be in power, man. He don't like us being under the devil. He don't want Al-Shai, when he returns, man, he's going to be doing to save his men and the women that believe and also the children. Because this is not something the Heavenly Father finds, of course he finds joy in this because it's his will being done, but this is not something that makes the Heavenly Father super ecstatic, watching his people be under this devil. But it had to go down this way. It had to happen this way because it was all a part of the master plan. And that we became fat. Like the scripture says, Jeshurun, cat and kick. The Heavenly Father has to teach us a lesson, man. And we're learning a great lesson, man. That wickedness is not the way, and that righteousness is the way after the Heavenly Father, and really the way to life itself. Because as you can tell, as we live in this wicked world, this world is not based off of life. It's ran by the most wickedest creature that the Heavenly Father has ever created, which is the so-called white man. He's literally the incarnation of evil itself walking upon earth. And you can tell from the way that he rules his world, and how judgment is executed in this world, how the plants and how the animals, how everything, man. You can tell from how the earth is moving that the way of wickedness is not the way the planet Earth is going to be ruled. Verse 20. For the creature was made subject unto vanity, not willingly. So we were made subject unto vanity. This body, these weak, foul flesh, this flesh that can go off sin. Sometimes you do shit, you're like, what the fuck did I do that? You straight up, after you can get it, you're like, why the fuck? Why did I even say that? Why did I do that? Because we're in this flesh, man. Even Paul spoke about it, about the things in his body. Things that he would do, he does not. Things that he does not want to do, he does, because we're in this foul flesh, man. Not to mean fucking you be a wicked nigga because don't take it. Not at all. But it means you're going to have slips and falls in this truth, because ultimately we are not perfect yet, but we're striving to be perfect. But sometimes stab you, like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, what in the world was I thinking? It's really this body, man. That's why this body, we have to keep under discipline. Because when you let this flesh run rampant, it will do anything. And I know all of us can attest to that, man. If you let this flesh run, it's going to run fast, man. It's going to do damage. It's going to do damage that you may not be able to reverse. That's why you want to, we and us have to be disciplined. Speaking for myself, I have to be more disciplined. Because this flesh will do crazy shit, man. Not no fucking, man. This is verse 20. For the creature was made subject unto vanity, not willingly, but by the reason of him. So by the reason of him who has subject the same in hope. So we are made subject unto vanity. Fuck that body, fuck that sometimes. You keep on pushing, man. You ask the Lord for mercy. You pray the Heavenly Father for mercy. You keep going, man. You keep pushing on. Striving for the master. But if you say right now, fall 7 times, you're going to get us back up. And you don't continue in that fall, man. Keep going. But when you finish, Ecclesiastes 1. And this is what truly makes you a God, knowing the knowledge of good and evil. The serpent wasn't lying at that point in time. But you should not surely die, which will eventually die. But the point is, when you know good and evil, it makes you an ultimate power, man. It makes you an ultimate God, and that's going to make us perfect judges on the planet Earth before the eyes of the Heavenly Father. How about you? Even they show you that for brothers who know about Star Wars, there was an imbalance in the Force because there was too much good. The good was overpowering the evil, and what balanced it out was that when Darth Vader, he killed the majority of the good, and majority of the dark was killed until it was even. And then also, some of the strongest Jedi were the ones that had the ability to control the good and the light. That's what made Mace Windu so strong, because he not only knew the good, but he knew the dark side also. So that's just fucking Star Wars fact. But hey, it's true. When you know good and evil, it makes you powerful, especially when you can control it. And we're going to be able to control both sides of the spectrum in the kingdom, man. Just like the Heavenly Father and His Son, they control both sides, man. Demons ain't gonna be trying to fuck with us, man, in the kingdom, because we're gonna be over them. Looking for this real quick. Where Solomon says He gave him himself, all the works. This is Sirach 1 verse 12. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. The sword trial have Yahweh given to the sons of man to be executed therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. So, but actually, we'll keep going to verse 17. commune with my own heart, saying, Lo, the great, I am come to great estate, and I have forgotten and I have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart has great experience of wisdom and knowledge. I have given my heart, which is mine, to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. And I perceive that this is vexation of spirit. For in which wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge is increasing sorrow. Hey, the more, hey, like saying, the more you know. The more, hey, Thanos even said in that Marvel movie, he said, you're not the only one cursed with knowledge. Because knowledge can be a burden. Even Solomon spoke about how wisdom will try you and it will test you. But what did Solomon say? He said that I've given my heart to know wisdom and madness, man. He knew everything. He knew the good and the evil, and eventually evil took him, and that's what led to the Lord being displeased with him, and for him to be beaten with many stripes, as Yahushua. But Solomon knew the good and evil. He knew both sides. When he came back as Yahushua, he was completely perfect. He did not sin. He understood both sides of the spectrum, man. And we will be the same in the kingdom of heaven, man. Understanding good and evil, which will make us gods before the Heavenly Father. This is why we have to go through all this, man. This is why this creature was subject unto vanity. This is why we're in these weak-ass flesh, man. This is why the planet Earth waits for the sons of God. This is why we're in these chains of darkness into the great judgment day. So we could learn this lesson of good and evil. Because before we were good, we were perfect. But what? That when Adam was hit with that stony heart, we weren't good anymore. We weren't. So really, to be honest, Adam wasn't 100% because he didn't know the evil. I shall grab that real quick and close it up. Grab that real quick. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 15. Type in real quick. Driving. Verse 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 45. As it is written, the first Adam was made a living soul, and the last was made a quickening spirit. He was made perfect. And who is that? Yahushua. Howbeit that which was that howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is carnal, and afterwards which is spiritual. The first man of the earthly, and the second man is the Lord from heaven, being completely perfect, man. Now earthly, not in this carnal mindset, but in the heavenly mindset, just like Yahushua said, I am from above, ye are from beneath. So the first Adam wasn't 100% perfect, but what the second Adam is, our Savior, Yahushua. He is completely perfect. He knows the good and evil. And he was the sacrifice for our nation unto Yahushua, cleansing all our sins for the Heavenly Father. But this is just something real quick. We're willing just want to get that out, man. We learned a great lesson, and this lesson is almost over, man. We are soon going to take our rightful places as the kings of the earth, man. Not only the earth, but the galaxy. Because that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has promised unto those that wait for him, man. Unto them that have patiently waited for him. But not even in this lifetime, but in the past lifetime, for the last 1,000 years, waiting for the promise of the Heavenly Father to be fulfilled. And we are soon going to see that fulfillment of the promises of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, unto our forefathers and to his men, to give them the world, literally the world, the galaxies, for what? Enduring, man, for patiently enduring and suffering this affliction, man, and taking this as the ass whooping or the learning lesson from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to be better rulers, man, to be better rulers. This is Solomon 6 and verse 24. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. So when we get set in power as the sons of God, perfect sons of God, because eventually the sons of God went off. This time the sons of God are not going to go off anymore, man. They're going to be perfected. Just like Yahushua was perfected, we will be perfected. Brought through the fire, man. We're being perfected, and we will 100% be perfected at the return of the Lord Yahushua. And everyone's going to see it, man. Everyone's going to see the transition of the sons of God, man. Going to get beamed up in them ships and crowned by the Lord himself. No, I'm not saying people are going to see the crowning happen, but people are going to see the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai get beamed up, man, and be delivered from the destruction. The reward for that is to be crowned and to be set on thrones of rulership. And the scripture says inside the light be enthroned and scepter, seek wisdom. Because what wisdom brings to a kingdom. So this is just something real quick. All praise be to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, Shalom.